Oh, hello. How are you humans doing? Gonna be honest, I'm not super feeling it today, but we must press on. As you can see, this is current progress. I've done a little bit more off stream, so some of this is colored. And I do think it's looking good. Still a lot to do, although the layer with the clothes here is one of the two most work-intensive parts, so I'm glad to have that done. But yeah, guess there's nothing for it but to press on. I may also... I'm trying not to fuss too much about, like, the boil on the shadow lines, but I sometimes can't help myself fixing up the most egregious bits, like I'm doing right now. Okay, anyway, move on, girl, come on. Oh, yeah, I haven't been sleeping great. So I'm feeling kind of sleepy. Don't know how interesting I'm going to be today. I don't know if it's kind of a blessing for you guys that you can't see my layer setup, because probably it would cause you distress to see just how many layers I've got to deal with here. Right, so... Ah! Cryptid. I kind of like to go work from bottom to top. So... Do I use the... Yeah, I am using the gouache brush for this. Okay. The eyes are easy enough because it's mostly just a 3-frame boil and then a blink. But I'm trying to plan something a little bit bigger than usual for next week. Oh, hello. Wrong layer. Actually, hang on. I wonder if I should... Okay, this is difficult to tell what I'm doing when I've not got the colours on. So I was wondering if I should... Fuck have I done? Okay, I wasn't quite happy actually with where the highlight was here. So let's see if I can move it. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of planning a bigger stream next week for Human Halloween. Got to work some stuff out, but it should be fun if I can get my shit together. Yeah, okay, this doesn't actually look better. Hopefully I will reveal all on Thursday. What else has been going on? Episode 2 of Dragon Ball Daima came out. It was a good episode. I liked when Shenron made up new rules on the spot. That felt very true to form to me. Oh, hi QD Ninja, how are you doing? Happy Tuesday. As the humans say. That's the thing humans say all the time. Oops. Okay, I'm happy with that. There we go. Once again, wishing I could do this in... Wait. It's also Wednesday on my end. I'm stupid. My ThinkPan is not in it today, so forgive me. Why the hell did I think it was Tuesday? Jesus. Oh, that means also if I'm gonna announce something on Thursday, that's tomorrow. I complain about doing this animation in Clip Studio with not the most convenient layering and tools, but I've known people who like choose to do animation fully from scratch in fucking Photoshop, which sounds maddening to me. Like, I'm just doing the cleanup and rendering in Clip Studio. I did the actual animation in Flash. I don't know if you could get me to actually animate from scratch in Clip Studio with a gun to my head, to be honest. How is your Wednesday then, QD Ninja? How have your Monday and Tuesday been? That wants to be... Oh. Let's see. Kind of making it impossible for myself here, doing this with a white background. Hang on. I guess they dropped in and left or are lurking. I respect it either way. I was just before stream, I was watching a clip from Dragon Ball Super Superhero of the part where Piccolo is training Pan, and was reminded of how, oh god, they just got that part of the movie so right. It couldn't be better. I hope my friend Hamish gets caught up soon enough that we can watch that together. Oh, I've forgotten a whole part. There's a subtle little highlight inside the pupil here. And I can't see it. Okay. Then the shadow layer. Thankfully it's not too complicated in this case. Actually, I think I may have... Have I done it already? No, I just copied it over. Oh, I need to make sure the color is correct here, because I had a little crisis over... I think I had been color picking incorrectly. Back on now, it's better. Where's my layer? No. No. Better. And make sure the skin shadow color is correct. It wasn't. I can't remember if the shadow color on the iris was meant to be something that I've reused elsewhere. I want that. I'll run with it for now. Oh, no. It's a little weird doing colour with this coloured onion skin, but works well enough. I'm somehow still not caught up on the latest updates of Homestuck. I keep saying to myself, ooh, I need to check out the latest updates, and then not fucking doing it. I do not know what is wrong with me. Well, okay, that's a lie. I know many of the things that are wrong with me. Save me, Kanaya. Kanaya. Kanaya, save me. Wonder if Kanaya's in the most recent updates. Wonder if they let a woman who isn't Vriska do something. Oh yeah, I've been using Blue Sky a little bit more. I'm posting some of my slightly older art on there. Not much of it though. I haven't done much art for fun for myself for a few sweeps yet, to be honest. But a couple of sweeps ago, I did a little series of drawings of Saiyans from Dragon Ball Z as trolls. Because there's a lot of similarities, both culturally and, I think, physically, between trolls and Saiyans. And I thought it would be a fun thing to do. And there's some of the older drawings, well, they're not that old, but you know what I mean. I still really like them. And I figure it would be nice to rerun them on Blue Sky, so I'm doing that. And people seem to enjoy them so far. It's nice to revisit things you did in the past that you still like. It's a reminder that it's not all downhill. God, what a fucking depressing thing to say. A good auspicious would fix me, I think. Maybe that's what I'm missing in my life. Maybe that's why I'm drawn to Kanaya, because I know she could make me better. No, this is the right layer. Okay, good. Now... Oh, I've made sure to make this as annoying for myself as possible by having... an actual color separation on one layer. Which will be fine. Only 3 frames to this anyway, really. Wait, wrong. That's my sclera, not my iris. If a troll's blood colour is getting into their sclera, then something is very wrong. Is sclera plural? Like, is it plural sclera, singular sclerum? Not quite sure. For those who don't know, the sclera is what humans refer to as the white of the eye. Because on humans it's white. Can actually, it's a line that's slightly pissing me off here. Better. Maybe it would be nice if I did that thing I've seen some VTubers do, where they have, like, I don't know how they do it, but they have a little, like, instead of just their cursor when doing an art stream, they have, like, a PNG of a hand with a pen in it. That would be fun. Oh, I fucked something up there, huh? Although that said, I don't know personally any VTubers who do that, so I wouldn't have, like, a friend to just ask straight up. I'd have to put the question out into the ether, which doesn't generally go well for me, because no one pays attention to me. Sob, sob, sob. I think of it, not many of the VTubers I follow currently tend to do art on stream. I think Ina is about the only one. Well, actually, you know, Kira Omori often does, like, live 2D rigging on stream too. Although I rarely get to catch those two live. Okay. This is a case where I think I'm going to have to go back in time. So this is like the version I'm working off, which has the colors, but like done with the adjustment layer. And the way I'm using that to get my colors here is I pick color, but not from the current layer, but from the whole composite. Right, what am I doing? I suspect that this... Oh, wait. Yeah, I did have the picker on the right mode. Yep, that was incorrect. Was hanging out in a little bit in the Calamity Mod Discord again as well, and peeking some of the spoiler stuff for future updates. Looks like they're gonna give a pretty big update to the Ravager graphically, which I think is great because it, at the moment, it's kind of a meh boss overall, but also it's like visually a bit hard to tell what it's meant to be. Whoops. Okay, I think that's all the colors corrected. Yeah, you can see how off that was. Like the new Ravager concept, it kind of starts out just as an altar that starts animating and moving around. And then in phase 2, it kind of grows big limbs and chases you more, which I think is cool. Fitting for it to start as an altar, because it is the reanimated corpse of a dead god. Another thing I have yet to do, I meant to do a Snowgrave run of Deltarune Chapter 2, but I just haven't had the heart for it. And there's someone who did do a full genocide run of Undertale. Does this song use meow synth? Because that's what it sounds like. Toby Fox is definitely a man who would not put himself above doing that, given that he used the Mario Paint cat and dog sounds in music in the past. Funny thing is, the first time I heard Dog Song was not even in the context of Undertale. It was just on like a TikTok. Or maybe, oh God, was that long ago enough ago that it was a Vine? That's a fucking head fuck. I don't know how long I'm going to stream today. I got up so late that I couldn't even go to the gym before stream like I like to do. I'm going to have to go afterwards, and I'm not looking forward to it. I like to do it before lunch. I think, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that, like, exercising when you're a little bit hungry, not, like, enough that you're going to faint, helps ensure your body is, like, actively burning fat. Although you do also run the risk of it burning muscle instead. I don't know quite how you're meant to control that. I also always, like, grab a little snack still before I go to the gym. Because a while ago, while doing a troll yoga class, I, like, almost fainted, and that was kind of scary. So I've been kind of paranoid since then. Just had like a protein bar. God, have I been doing this on the right layer? I have not. Oh, fuck. Lacuna, no! That was the shadow layer! Lacuna! Lacuna, you're on the wrong color layer! Stop! I need to refresh my memory of... Why was I thinking about Breaking Bad again recently? I think it was because, like, I saw a Tumblr post, that's it. It's always a Tumblr post. Talking about how, like, basically the arc of Breaking Bad is just Walter White cannot let anything not be about him. It's literally that like, Bird Rights poster, I am uncomfortable when we are not about me. And I can't quite remember all of the events they were describing. They were like, something happens to Jesse, and Walter literally says it does not make sense, or not in as many words, but says pretty much, it doesn't make sense that that happened to you. It is about me instead. Things only happen to me. Everything that happens is about me. And like him, he also like the sort of second last arc of the show almost. Actually, no, I guess it's like third last, is him essentially inserting himself into Gus and Hector's decades-long blood feud just because he had to make it about himself. But I don't quite remember, like what the poster was describing was Walter like catches wind that Gus is up to something, but Walt cannot conceive of it being about anyone other than him, so he essentially inserts himself into this familial war that he was not a part of, kills everyone, and declares himself the winner. And the thing is, while I cannot, as I say, remember all the specific details they're referencing, they are definitely correct in a broader sense. Breaking Bad happens because Walter just goes on the world's most destructive ego trip. Come to think of it, that's kind of what Better Call Saul is about as well. Just Jimmy has to be on top of everything. I mean, I guess it's nice to have a sort of consistent running theme. Just men who decide, actually, I want everything to revolve around me. I'm the main character. Must be nice to have that much self-confidence, to want to just insert yourself and not feel bad about it at all. What's that like? God, I'd love to insert myself into something. What? Sorry, I'm feeling kind of unhinged today. Oops, I keep doing this. Get off the line layer. And into my heart. I don't know what that means. See there, that's on the wrong color layer technically. And maybe it doesn't matter, but it matters to me. Oh, I think I need to double check this. Did I do this color? Can't remember. I did. Good. God, I wish humans were real. Sorry, slight immersion break there, but it's true. They'd have so much to teach us trolls, and we them. I think cultural exchange would be wonderful between the two species. Did I? Okay. Oops. Can I be real for a sec? Lately I've been getting really into like thigh-high stripy socks. I got some on a whim and I really genuinely love how they make my legs look. And I kind of just want to draw myself looking cute in a bunch of thigh-high stripy socks. Oh, drawing is so hard though, she says while drawing. But I kind of just want to flood my Blue Sky account with art, actually. Because I don't want to post it on Twitter anymore. Elon can't fucking have it. You will not be using my visage to train Grok if I can help it. He's fucking advertising Grok to me now as well. Like, on the mobile timeline, just an unblockable, unhideable advertisement for Grok. Fucking pisses me off. I mean, I guess this is why he's pushing ads for it now. Because of the whole, you are involuntarily feeding Grok with your posts. Move. Fucking dickhead. I wonder how good I'd look, like, made up, like, properly with eyeshadow and maybe even lipstick. That's a thought. It's kind of hard to make lipstick work with fangs like mine, though. Well, maybe it would be. I don't actually know. I'd need a friend to help me out, because I'm not really a makeup person in general. How we doing? I was listening back one of my VODs earlier and realized that the sound of me, like, doing this comes through way more clearly than I was ready for. So I'm wondering what other sounds come through more clearly than I think. Like when I have to adjust my chair like I just did. How audible is that, you know? Oh god, I'm so tired. And I still have to go to the gym. Why does God give his toughest battles to his bravest trolls? His slimiest worms. His most adorable little girls. Okay. These are technically on the wrong layer. Even though it doesn't matter. Again. Matters to me! The troll walks up to you like this. What do you do? I walk up to you like looking like this. What do you do? Well, I guess the phrasing is what you doing. You got games on your phone. Maybe this is what a trickster mode troll looks like. Remember when Andrew Hussey made a white people joke in Homestuck and people got mad about it and he took it out and it sucked because it was a funny joke and wasn't actually offensive at all? I wasn't there at the time, but I know about it historically. For those who don't know, I'm going to explain the whole thing. So, Trickster mode in Homestuck is a thing that happens and that we only see in canon happen to humans, where they indulge in the jujus, as they are called, of cherubs, an alien species with a bizarre, incomprehensible culture that shouldn't even exist because they're an asocial species, and I don't know how an asocial species establishes any kind of consistent culture, but whatever. And these jujus, at least in this case, take the form of giant lollipops. And if a human takes a taste of one of them, they enter trickster mode, where their colours become wild and candy-like, and their demeanour becomes unhinged and unrestrained. And they become like terrifying but pastel candy-coloured jester versions of themselves, and go on wild, unhinged sugar benders. Maybe this is the colours I was using. Yeah, it is. And afterwards they experience hangover-like effects. And I don't think we ever see it happen to anyone other than humans, but one joke that occurred in original continuity was a character in trickster mode grabs another who isn't in trickster mode and is trying to like peer pressure them into joining them in their saccharine rampage, and says to them, "I'm feeling totally Caucasian," or something like that. And the joke was just about like, so humans in Homestuck are depicted as just having pure white skin, like literally hash FFFFFF skin. And it's not intended to be like a statement about their actual human ethnicity, although of course in practice it ends up being that. It's a bit clumsy, but Hussey was kind of making a joke about that in this case, because people would have arguments about like, no, the characters are clearly meant to be Caucasian, they're depicted as white, and whereas Hussey has stated that in spite of like the clumsiness of depicting them with literal white skin, they are not meant to be like canonically necessarily Caucasian. It is explicitly up to reader interpretation. However, in trickster mode they are white, and that was like the joke that was being made there, and he was kind of poking fun at people getting mad about it. But some people like took that the wrong way, so he redacted it and made her say something else, like, "I'm feeling totally fruity," or whatever. But I think it's a pity, because I think it is a funny joke that they are white in trickster mode. It's a testament to it being like a frightening, shocking transformation, you know, that reflects a sort of alien, distorted culture view of something else. But I don't know what the troll equivalent of that would be. I don't know if it would even be like correct to try to imagine that, because trying to transfer like ethnicity and racial stuff across alien species is always a bit clumsy. Humans are familiar with this. Okay, I think the eyes are done. With that said, I could see these being the sorts of colours that you end up with, at least for the eyes and hair. Maybe I should draw that trickster mode version of myself. Is that overindulgent? Okay. I did bring my protein bar over to my desk, just in case I feel like snacking on it during stream, and I kind of do, if I'm honest. Didn't have that big a lunch. Alright, where are we now? What layer is this? Okay, this is a layer that isn't really animated. I am actually going to have this now. Whether I'll end up having another before I go to the gym or not, I don't know. It's going to depend on how long I stream for. To be specific, it is an Eat Natural fruit and nut bar, protein, peanuts and dark chocolate from Human Tesco. I haven't investigated how audible my chewing sounds are on stream. Doesn't seem to pick up on my mic. Maybe if I get closer. Huh? Not really. I guess my noise gate is pretty aggressive. Although it makes me wonder how the hell you can hear my fan sometimes in like background noise. I picked it up a little there. Huh, weird. Okay, how do I want to do this? Because to hide the front layers for this one. I'm going to hide some of the back layers too, because I'm losing track of what's what. Okay, yeah, that does. Oh, this is going to get awkward because this is another case where I have a color separation on the same layer. I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to... Okay. I'm gonna have to color pick the hair. That's fine. Oh, I'm on the wrong brush. Idiot. Okay, let's just... I'm actually going to just clear this out too. Fuck it. A smarter troll would put this on another layer, and you know what? I am a smarter troll. never quite commit to a softer edge, even when I know I want it. Yeah, I am also doing the... Let's go over this concept. Okay, something I've forgotten here. My gills. Okay. Oh, big stretch. Oh, Jesus, I needed that. Actually, I'm going to stand up for a second. Hang on. Oh. Ow. Oh. That's better. Jesus Christ. What else am I doing? Fuck. Blush. they were incorrect. The way I do these highlights has actually changed a bit. I wasn't happy with them before. Yeah, okay. This one might be a bit bright, actually. Don't know if I'm going to stick... That's completely what I want, but I'm going to stick with it for now. Okay. never quite know what to do with shadows on this part of the face. There's always a part of me that's like, should it just be like, you know, the flat plane on the side? Well, that interferes a bit weirdly with that, but whatever. Or should it be more conservative? I end up going with some halfway house. Okay. Oh, the blush is going to be interesting to do, because that's quite painterly. Oh, I'll be fine. Who gives a shit? Beg my pardon. I'm a little insecure about how much this line is, in particular, is boiling. I was thinking while working on this yesterday, I could have just done that standard like animation student thing with this of simply a flat color and then just overlaying a paint or paper texture. But that would save me an enormous amount of work. But also, been there, done that, don't love how it looks. What if I want to just do it for real, you know, for once in my fucking life? What if I want to make something good for a change? Someday I'm going to watch that video on stream and get cancelled. Why am I... Oh, it's because... Still had these clipping to a layer that's turned off. You know, want to know what the worst part of doing something like this is? There's a part of my brain that cannot help but go think about it in terms of like building employment opportunities. Like, oh, you could make animations like this for other people. But I'm like, I don't know if you could make me do an animation like this for someone else if you tortured me. Like, I don't know if you could airboard another one of these out of me unless it was for myself. But also maybe that's like... Maybe the point of things should not be for future labor. Maybe the point is the thing itself. And that is the point. I'm doing this... Well, I'm doing this to have a nice animated intro screen for my stream. But I'm doing this way for the sake of doing it that way. For the adventure, painful as it may be, of doing the thing. And I need to keep myself reminded of that. That's just about acceptable. Okay, I can actually set the... Oop, no! Almost moved the layer. I didn't want to. That's better. Actually, I can go outside the lines here because the flats... Oh, everything is masked too. Clipped too. Clipping, masked. Masking, clippy... What am I fucking talking about? Hey, it looks like you're trying to do an animation in too complicated a way. Do you want some help? Looks like you're trying to entertain your stream chat. That would be a good bit, maybe, having a little mascot on stream that's clippy. People love to have their little shitty TTS mascots on stream, don't they? Like Squeaky has Gleepy, Big Nose Bug has Snell, and the other one, I can't remember what our other one's called. Right, stop fucking around. How did I get the colour fucking wrong? It's my least favourite thing when I get a colour just like slightly, just barely wrong enough to tell. Because then I start second-guessing myself on other parts of things. Like, because you couldn't see what was going on there because I was bringing up the colour picker, but I realised the shadow colour was slightly wrong on the second frame, and I don't know why. I don't know why I just made that noise. Like I was considering something, but I really wasn't. Actually, that was something I was considering. I'll deal with this later. Actually, no. I know what I'm doing. I'm thinking about a way to resolve this like awkward tension of like I want the shadow to go up exactly to the edge of the hairline here, but then I have to do it manually. But I think I'm just going to do it by making selections of it. It'll make sense when I do it. I'm not insane. I'm normal. Mario talks in Super Mario Sunshine, and I'm normal. That was like a deep cut beyond deep cuts. No one's ever going to understand that. Wait, why is this... Huh? Oh. I was like, how is that physically appearing in front of the line layer? But I'd set the line layer to a weird blend mode for some reason. Phew, that was close. Something interesting almost happened. Glad we nipped that one in the bud. Every time I see the layer name blush, I think for one split, wonderful second that it says bush, and I get very excited. And then I remember this isn't that kind of drawing. Ooh, actually, does this have two colours in it? I like to do that. The outer part has a slightly different colour to the inner. 54236F. 54236. No, okay, I spared myself that in this case. Got it. That was probably really loud. Hang on, let me check something. Okay, it's not much louder than my voice. Squashed a bug, by the way. For those wondering. It's hard to gauge how much this is actually going to boil once it's all properly overlaid. This looks kind of weird. Should maybe have kept this layer simpler, but I am not about making my life easy, am I? We know this. This is established. I think it's like the one continuous running theme of my streams, just making my own life difficult for no real reason. To test my ability, I suppose. I've made the texture completely different too. Looking like rosacea instead of blush. And one of the first human jobs I ever had was on an ad for a rosacea cream. terrible memories of that job and every other job at that company. Trolls don't get rosacea. We just get things like void rot. I'm just going to have to trust that that's going to look okay. Once I've done the other layers. As well, fill up to here, right? I... Oh god, what layer have I done the highlights on? Okay, we're good, we're good. It's better to go outside the lines a bit if I'm using a mask, just because I don't like the lines to look sort of anemic and have transparency behind them if I can avoid it. Like there. On the color one layer. Oh, that's why I lost it. I was like, I swear I already did the horn color separation on this layer. But then it disappeared, but it was because I fucking turned that layer off and gone to another one. Fucking troll Alzheimer's setting in. Jesus Christ. Did I joke about that? Probably shouldn't joke about that. Okay. This is where we find out if the blush is actually boiling too much or not, for real. It's not too bad. Oh, I meant to do something here, hang on. See the vision now. Can't zoom out while doing the animation, apparently. I think I need to tone down the paintiness of the skin layer a little bit. These streaks look good on individual frames, but it adds a bit too much noise when it's in motion. It's a bit on the horns I'm talking about. Oh, fuck me. Why is it on the line layer? I didn't fuck up anything else. Ooh, I forgot this whole thing here. Whoops. By this whole thing, I mean my hand. My nub, my paw, my claw. Okay, now what do we look like? Pretty good. Could still tidy up the edges of this blush a little bit. Might leave it. God, I need another stretch. I mentioned this, but yeah, I've not been sleeping great. Pardon me. Next is this very small layer, which is just the shorts and a wraparound on the sleeves here. Oh, I've just seen a dodgy tween I don't like. Better. Okay, anyway, got too much to worry about here, thankfully. Eh. I'm going to go bottom up on this one. Change of pace. Got to mix it up. Got to keep yourself on your toes, you know. Whenever I think of the phrase keep you on your toes, I think of one David Firth animation. I forget what the name of this particular one was, but there's a scene, the relevant scene is one where a guy is in a bar and he gets told off for something. I think it was a stand-up night and his routine was bombing. So he gets told to leave, and he gets indignant about this, and he's like, well, I'm going to bother these peanuts. And he sticks his finger in the bowl of peanuts on the bar and starts bothering him. But then the bartender, like, points to a sign, and it says, by all means, bother the peanuts. And then we zoom in on the peanuts, and they have little faces, and they go, we really don't mind it. It keeps us on our toes. So in my head, it's always with that cadence. What the hell has David Firth been up to lately, anyway? Every time I think of David Firth, I have to make sure I'm not thinking of Colin Firth, the guy who I think was in Kingsman. That's appearing and disappearing here, although maybe it doesn't matter. No, it matters. It matters. It super matters. Bothers me. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot. God, that's another Dragon Ball Z abridged vocal stim. Don't know why because making these frames involves just making a lot of new layers. I copied them across from the first one, but it seems like I cleared out like the color layers, but not the flats, and I don't know why. I think possibly because they were switched off, so when I just hit the delete key, it didn't connect with them. I'm fighting for my life not to just say out loud a line from another David Firth film that's going to be completely fucking unhinged with no context. Actually, it's unhinged in context, but... Fuck it, I'm gonna say it already. I'm gonna say it, but after a randomized delay. You won't see it coming. Maybe I'll even like change tacks and talk about something else and then do it. Keep spotting gaps. What the hell is wrong? Sometimes I don't even know what layer the gaps are in. I'm doing this, but I'm realizing inside the sleeve should maybe be black. No, if I do that, I have to then have a like animate where it becomes black. There's like another color, a separation that I have to figure out the movement for, and I just cannot be bothered. It's probably fine as is. I reserve the right to go back on this at any moment. She's residing in a different postcode at the moment. That was it. That was the line. It's from Spoilsbury Toast Boy. Episode... whatever. Can't remember. It's the Spoilsbury Toast Boy answering the Toast Boy, Salisbury Toast Boy's grandmother, sorry, answering his question as to what's happened to his sister Liash, who has mysteriously disappeared. And I'm not going to say what actually happened to her because it's fucked up weird, and I don't know if that will fly with Twitch. Okay. Oops. Did I fix the colors on these? I think I did. Yes, I choose to believe that I did. I would never lower myself to doing React streams, but I would maybe do watch-along streams. I kind of wanted to do a watch-along stream of Super Mario Bros. Z, but really I admitted to myself that it was actually just one friend I wanted to show it to, and I've now watched it all with him, which is an absolutely fucking fantastic day, by the way. That was, oh god. We both, like, he keeps saying to me, like, God, that was so much fun. I wish I could do that again. Even in episode, well, whatever it was, 7 or 6, that was way more frustrating and boring than I remember it being. But the experience of sitting watching, like, mediocre Flash cartoons on your computer by yourself is very different to watching them on your television with a friend, and having to face up to the fact that there are like 30 minutes of dialogue about the fucking lore of the history of the Koopa and Mushroom Kingdoms that this guy has made up, and which is never going to come up again or go anywhere ever. The tradition of Super Mario Bros. Z style Flash sprite animations is being carried on by people doing Dragon Ball Z, actual Dragon Ball Z what-if scenarios on YouTube. There was one guy whose stuff I was watching for a bit, who did a rather arresting series imagining Goku Black traveling throughout timelines, fighting like adult Gohan in like an alternate version of Trunks' timeline, or like going into the GT timeline, making sure that Baby actually kills Goku, but then triggering Broly, who is in space comatose, to wake up and fly to Earth. And then Goku Black and Baby Vegeta have to team up and ultimately fuse to stop Broly. On the topic of Dragon Ball Z fan media, I can't remember if this is something I've ever mentioned on stream, but I read a webcomic called Dragon Ball Multiverse, which I think I've mentioned this because I probably mentioned it in relation to Dragon Ball Super, because the concept of it is, and this predates Super, by the way, it turns out that there are like multiple universes, and one species in one universe figures out how to travel between them, and they organize a big multiverse tournament with the strongest fighters from each universe. But it's not like Super, because each universe is basically like a timeline. So Future Trunks' timeline is a universe in the logic of this, which is not the case in Dragon Ball Super. So like we have our guys from the canon timeline, which is universe 16 in this case, but we also have like Future Trunks coming along from his universe. We have a universe where, say, for example, Cell beat Gohan in the Cell games and went on from there. Or we have a universe where Boo won, or one where Babidi kept control of Boo and won, or one where it's just Broly who has like destroyed everything in his universe, kind of thing, and they bring all these together. And I can't remember why I brought this up. There was some specific thing I wanted to reference. Why are those lines on second line layer? Fuck. Oh god. I wish I was high. Genuinely. But that's also like essentially doing the what if thing. And it's kind of been heating up lately, actually. Well, it's been hot for a while. Has its ups and downs, but there are some very good arcs. The current arc is one of the semi-final matches. The competitors are Gast Karkol and Xi, who are both original characters, but do relate to existing stuff in the continuity, because Gast Karkol is a Namekian from a universe, from a timeline where all the Namekians decided to fuse together to defeat Frieza. And he's like surprisingly strong. Like he got to the semi-finals. It's not just that he's strong, he's also got like really good magic. He's very tricksy, can punch above his weight class quite significantly. And Xi is sort of a mystery element in this tournament. We don't really know much about him. He actually jobbed in one of the earlier rounds Vegito, as in, you know, that Vegito, the Potara fusion of Goku and Vegeta, because he just put him in, he just like spoke a magic word. Like this guy's also a wizard, and he spoke a magic word and put Vegito in a like pocket dimension similar to the hyperbolic time chamber, but in reverse. So in the like 3 seconds it took Vegito to break out of that, about half an hour had gone and he'd forfeit his match essentially. So that was quite funny, because Vegito considered himself to be one of the like front runners by default, as did much of the audience, so that was like an upset. But Gast is now going up against Xi, who we've seen like one other match from him. Oh god, yeah, no, Xi's other match that we've seen was against Boo from a universe where Super Boo beat Goku and Vegeta inside him and absorbed them and has become like the most powerful being in his universe. And he defeated Boo by casting a spell that put Boo back into the egg that he's sealed in at the start of that arc of Z. And he did break out of it after a bit, but long enough that, again, he timed out. But now Gast is facing up against him. And this is like, there's a lot of like matchup science going on here, because Gast is also a magician, so like Xi's tricksy magic stuff isn't going to be the free win against him that it would be against a lot of the others. That's how, like, there's a specific reason for that being why he's the one fighting Xi in this point. But Xi has summoned Janemba, And usually I don't love seeing characters from like the movies coming in. But I don't know, Janemba's got an okay design, and the fight's been kind of interesting because it seems like Ghast isn't quite strong enough to brute force his way through Janemba, and Janemba has tricks to like disable Ghast's Namekian regeneration, and it's kind of a close fought fight, and I'm going to be interested to see how it resolves. That's one of my many brainworms recently. I keep getting distracted. At least I don't really have to do anything with this layer. This one is more like a formality that I just have to have as a sort of like stuff in between other stuff, separation of elements, to wrap around on the arm of a sleeve, that kind of thing. I'm wondering if I just want to continue talking about the plot of Dragon Ball Multiverse. You know what, I will. Fuck it. So the reason Ghast... I mentioned that there's like some significance to Ghast being the one here in this match against Xi, the tricky sorcerer that no one else has even had a proper fight against, because he just like teleports into another dimension or puts them in an egg, seems to know things that he shouldn't rightfully know. But basically, Ghast came up against Bra in an earlier match, that being Vegeta's daughter, except this version of Bra is not from the canon timeline, Universe 16. She's from Universe 17, which is the universe where Vegito never unfused. Because I mentioned before, Xi went up against Vegito and jobbed him. And in this timeline, Bra is Vegito's daughter. So she's like insanely strong, like possibly to surpass her father in the future. And she came up against Ghast, and like they did some mind battles for a bit where they were like conjecturing in their heads how ways the fight might go. But Bra had earlier made a promise to some competitors from an original universe who seem to be like basically humans but with very, very high technology, but who are facing a grey goo disaster in their universe. And she made a promise to them that she'd win, and the prize is like a wish on a set of Dragon Balls to for whatever the winners want. But those people want this because there's no Dragon Balls in their universe. They need this wish to solve their grey goo situation, basically. And all their competitors got like knocked out, but she promised them she'd win and use the wish to save their universe, basically. But in the middle of her and Ghast facing off and like figuring out how their fight's going to go, she realizes, hang on, the next round contender is Xi, and she beat my father, who is stronger than me, and he's just going to do the same thing and I will have no counterplay. So there's no way I can win. But Ghast is like also a magic user. She's not going to have the free win against him. So she discusses this with Ghast in the ring and essentially agrees with him, yeah, you know what? You have a better chance than me at winning this whole thing. So I'm just going to concede this match. And she does. And that's why Ghast is here, because she could see that she had an unwinnable matchup in the next round anyway. So she passed it to somebody who might have a playable matchup, and she could trust to fulfill the promise that she made to someone else. So that's that. Okay, I think now This layer should be done, basically. Bra has been a bit of this version of Bra has been a contentious figure in this comic among the fans because people see her as a bit of a Mary Sue, like, because, as I said, she's Vegeto's daughter, so she's super overpowered. And some people don't like this, and she's kind of been the focus of two major arcs. In one, so she faces off against King Cold from a universe where the Cold family are the strongest beings in the universe. And she, like, beat him without even going Super Saiyan as, like, a flex. But then, at the last moment after winning, it turned out that King Cold in this universe is actually Captain Ginyu, possessing King Cold's body, because he did some body swap shenanigans, as he does. And he swaps into her body after she wins, leaving her inhabiting, like, King Cold's battered, borderline, like, almost dead body. And Vegito has to figures this out and has to work out a way to resolve that situation. But later, and in another arc, which was probably the most controversial, Babidi from the universe where he managed to keep Boo on a short leash and won, basically fucks up the whole tournament and does his, like, mind control thing to most of the competitors, and teleports away the ones who are too strong to fight and too strong-willed to control. And a lot of shit goes down, but basically he takes control of that version of Bra, and she's like the raid boss that everyone has to fight. And that was like, it went on for a while. I thought it was a really good arc, but a lot of people found it went on too long and thought that they were giving her too much time. But I'm just like, God forbid a woman do anything, you know. I'm feeling like I do need to actually make the inside of that sleeve black. That's not a problem, that's just... Hang on, bear with me. Yeah. Okay, bear with me. But I think I mentioned Dragon Ball Multiverse before on stream, because I remember talking about how, at the time Super came out, like, again, this comic predates Dragon Ball Super, so it was very strange to have Dragon Ball Super start doing its, like, multiverse stuff and be like, wait, did you get, was this inspired by this fucking webcomic? And, like, it almost certainly wasn't, but it's weird to think about. Okay, that's from that layer. There's definitely been some things that I think it did better than Super, though. Like... I don't even know how much more I want to say, because as much as I love talking about this, also I would like some people to read this comic, and I've talked about a lot of stuff that happens in it, but also there's stuff that I want to, like, I want people to see for the first time themselves, because it's like an awesome, like, actually a cool reveal or a surprise. I don't want to just say the whole thing, you know? Much as, like, who cares? I care. Maybe I want to share some culture and have people experience it. I don't know. Okay, this shadow goes really high up for some reason in this frame. Yeah, like I'm looking inside here, and I'm like, it should just be black. It might be time to save another version 6 of this file. How big are these? 50 megs, okay, I'm not chewing up hard drive space. The art of this comic of Dragon Ball Multiverse is also changeable because because basically they get in a lot of different artists over time, and it's been definitely dodgy a lot of times in the past. Although the current artist is absolutely fucking fantastic, like easily the best they've ever had, and one of the best Dragon Ball fan artists I've ever seen. Like, he not only nails the style, but like adds his own flourishes to it that I think are very, very nice. Very appealing. Okay, what am I doing? Making this black. They also have a lot of side comics on the site exploring like the stories pardon me, of the other timelines. So like how did this universe get to the point where whatever and whoever were the strongest in their universe and so on. Those definitely have very, very changeable art because it's, you know, different person doing every one of them, but also like it's kind of nice to have just a community effort essentially for something like this. And I wouldn't say, like, even for the ones where I would say on an objective technical level, oh, the art for this one is bad, I can't be a person who says, like, people should be less afraid to make bad art and then be a bitch about, you know, someone actually making bad art. Like, come on. Oh, I'm doing this all on the wrong layer. Fuck my gay chungus life. Trying to figure out exactly where I want this to go. Should it be like that? Or like that? I think this is better, so I reserve the right to change my mind. Have I really read any other Dragon Ball Z fan comics? Like, I read a bit of Dragon Ball AF by Toyball, which was like, is the guy who is drawing the Dragon Ball Super manga now, and it was like, okay. Like, my opinion on his art in that is consistent with my opinion on his art in the Super manga, which is that it's like not quite all the way there to me. Like, his line work's a bit too thick and crude for my tastes. But I don't think there's any others I really read. I mentioned this on Blue Sky, but I have watched a bunch of Masako X's like Dragon Ball Z What If videos. Masako X being the guy who voices Goku and Gohan in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And I think some of those are really nice, those What Ifs. Like, he has some sweet ideas in them. Like, I mentioned specifically his What If Raditz Turned Good What If, where he imagines, like, what if Raditz survives the fight with Goku on Earth and continues just to be in the series and eventually, like, as Vegeta does in canon, just ends up joining the good guys. And I think it's very cute. In that what if, he basically ends up marrying Lunch. And they have a daughter called Ranch, which is fucking brilliant. Like, absolute peak. Another one of the what ifs that Masako X did that I really liked is what if Frieza turned good, which is an interesting one because he doesn't really turn good. He more becomes an anti-hero. He basically like, oh, I did that on the wrong line. Rather than becoming a good guy, basically after sort of getting shamed by Goku, he sort of holds onto that shame, and is a bit humbled by it. And he doesn't like join Goku Al in being a hero, but rather he sort of forges his own path, makes new like actual friends. I think he ends up making friends with Chilai and the other guy from the Broly movie, which felt quite fitting actually. And yeah, I just thought it was just a really swell set of ideas in general. Where did I put this? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer again. I don't know where I am. I'm reversing again. I keep going on the wrong layer and then getting lost on what frames I've drawn on what layer. Okay, I need to do this correction first, because otherwise I will forget. I think that's why I end up getting confused. Yeah, the reason I brought up these what ifs on Blue Sky is because I posted my drawing of Goku and Raditz as trolls today, and I took some inspiration for designs for Raditz in that what if for my design of Raditz as a troll in that drawing. Kind of draw from a few different sources for designs on that little series, which you will be seeing more of over the coming days. Like, I quite like my version of Bardock in that, but you'll have to wait to see. Bardock probably one of the... Bardock has ended up quite a mess. Because he got like kind of run back in the new Broly movie, in terms of his like motivation and disposition. And also like they had to fuck with the continuity of the Bardock special by doing the new Bardock special, where it turns out actually he didn't die to Frieza. He got sent back in time and becomes a Super Saiyan because he gets so mad that the plot of his own special is so bullshit now. That's not really what happened, but it's what happens in the DBZ abridged version, and I kind of agree. Like, he wasn't... So I'm sorry, guys, he was not strong enough to become a Super Saiyan. It's just true. Okay, now. Goten and Trunks, as kids, are justified because their fathers were Super Saiyans before they were conceived, and you don't have to, like, have some midichlorians S-cells bullshit to just see that there can be some intuitive logic to that. Bardock was not strong enough to become a Super Saiyan ever, and that's the tea on that. And of course now it's immortalized in Dragon Ball FighterZ that he... Like, yes, I know he can't do it all the time, he doesn't fully control it, but still, he shouldn't be able to do it at all, as far as I'm concerned. God, I need to show Hamish the Bardock and Trunks specials. I see 1 pixel out of line. Like, I don't know if that was even remotely visible on stream. It certainly wouldn't be visible in the final art moving, but I have to fix it. It bothers me a lot, as they say. Something's wrong here. I see the colours aren't right. I have to come back to that. Seems I did the shadow color wrong on every frame here somehow. Okay, have I fucked it elsewhere? Apparently. How did I fuck this up? Like, the difference here won't even show up on stream, but I don't care. Mistakes compound in things like this. Like, if I sample the color wrong once, then I sample it from the wrong layer again in the future. It just ends up getting out of control. I once had a massive argument on a job because I like insisted that we had to have our model sheet saved as PNGs, not as JPEGs, because color sampling could go wrong. And like, they were right technically that the discrepancies are not going to be enough to matter ever, but it bothers me a lot. And that job was Hillary Clinton. Okay, I think that's done now. Unfucked it. I'm debating ending stream. Like, I'm in a bit of a groove, but also I kind of want to go to the gym, unfortunately. It is looking good, though. I definitely have to... I have to figure out that blush, because that's boiling too much, but I don't know how to make it... Yeah, maybe it's fine. I don't know. One thing I'm actually not sure about. Don't know if I like the way I've done the shadow here. Wrong brush. More like this. Just normal. I'm maybe trying to imply something too clever about the contour of the leg with, well, don't love that either. I'm gonna leave it. What would even be the next layer I have to tackle? That one. So another one that's just a boil. I don't know, I might cut my losses. Yeah, you know what, I wanna go to the gym before it gets too late. Otherwise I won't do it. So I'm gonna end there. Cheers for hanging out. Hope you feel nice and have a good day. God damn it, I told you not autoplay. Stop, Twitch. Yeah. So, that's gonna be all. Friday, will be Rocket Knight Adventures 2. I don't think I'm going to end up doing a stream tomorrow. I want to prep stuff for next week. I'm going to make the announcement. Announcement makes it sound way bigger than it is, but yeah. So no stream tomorrow. And I'll guess I'll see you on Friday. So have a good one. Be chill. And I'll see you then. So bye-bye.